Now list comprehension rules. Okay, what is the rule is output should be a list set dictionary or generator. I will talk about generator later, but from the comprehension, right, the output should be either list set dictionary generator. When we are talking about list comprehension, our output should be only list. Okay, but these are other possibilities we can also make out from the list. That is the first rule. Now here in this for loop, what we are achieving, we are actually trying to get a new list, right? That is what output. So the rule is satisfied now. Wait, cases. Okay, now I'll make it empty after printing it. Now how do we write list comprehension? Now how do we define list? Using the square braces, right? The same square braces we should keep. Now what are we doing with each item coming in our loop, right? We are actually taking this and adding to a new list, right? So we are just doing this one, this much as a new item. That is what we should keep in the beginning. For each value, I want to divide by 1000. So this becomes a new item in my new list called weight kgs. Now, how do I get this I? We are doing for loop, right? The same for loop I have to keep here. This is what list comprehension. The output is a list. The each item is this I divided by 1000. What is I? I is each item in my weight grams. Now let's print this. You see, I printed twice, right? Where is this gone? Wait, this is not printed. I'll just, okay, maybe it is failed somewhere. Yeah, it failed. That is the reason. Okay. Huh.
It's not printed.
Because we had other items, right? Apart from
List
numbers.
we had.
So that is the reason it is failing. Let me keep something for now. Then we will come back to non-integers also. 7, 8, 8, 9. Now you see in the both we got the same result 0.123, 4, 5, 6. The same thing what we achieved using the for loop here. You are keeping a list outside and keep adding one by one, right? The same thing list comprehension does. What you want to do with each item and the for loop. What you want as output is a new list, right? That is why we are keeping a square brace here. That is how we get list comprehension output. So now let's get back to the if condition, right? Let
అశ్వరథ్ ఒక్క నిమిషం.
hmm,
సరే, వెయిట్ కేజెస్ అనేది మనం ఎక్కడ ఇనిషియేట్ చేయలేదు కదా, అది
అవసరం లేదు లిస్ట్
పైన ప్రింట్
comprehension.
అయిపోవాలి.
So from this list comprehension, you are getting this as a new list. That new list is
అచ్చా,
assigned directly to this variable.
ఓకే. అంటే
But
ఆల్రెడీ వెయిట్ కేజెస్లో డేటా ఉంది కదా అని అడుగుతున్నాను.
లేదు,
Delete చేసాడు కదా.
reassign. Okay, I can
ఓకే.
let me keep new one. Okay, let's say I'm keeping two.
నో నో నో, ఇట్స్ ఫైన్.
No,
జస్ట్ మై క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే అది ఇనిషియేట్ ఎక్కడ అయింది అని అంటే జస్ట్ వెయిట్
ఇనిషియేట్
కేజెస్
అవ్వాల్సిన
అనేది.
అవసరం లేదు, ఇదే ఇనిషియేషన్ ఇక్కడే. Because this whole comprehension is a new list
ఓకే ఓకే,
that we are assigning to this variable.
సరే.
So variables get replaced right by default.
If you assign anything with the equal operator, existing value will be replaced by default.
ఓకే ఓకే.
Okay, so now let's come back to that where we have non-integers, right? So we had the if condition, right? Okay, if is instance I comma int, then only you do it. Okay, otherwise we are not doing anything because after if condition nothing is there, right? So by default it goes to next item. The same thing how do we achieve in list comprehension is, if any if condition you want to add, you just have to add this after the for loop. So what does, you do this I by 1000 for each entry in weight grams if this condition is satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, you skip that item. The same thing. See, now we got output 1.2, the previous values, right? 1200, 1400, 2300. Let me repeat this so that for documentation it will still be lying there. Now, let's say our requirement is, if it is integer, okay, you are doing by 1000, well and good. If it is not integer, I have this requirement. Okay, for anything else, you just give me the length of it. Append, what you have to do, you have to just do len. So why I'm giving len? Len doesn't fail anytime. Whatever you pass to len, it will give the output. So let's say this is our new requirement where if it is not integer, we have to get a length like this. You see here 1.24, has it failed? No, right? Weight case is 5.6, 4, 6, then 4.5. This 4, 6 is non-integer values for which we got the length.
Length.
This
Length.
is 4 and this is 6. That is what we got. But in the list comprehension, we skipped those two because of this is if condition, right? Now, when if it is if else, the syntax is little different. Okay, the if should come in the front, else length of I. So now what we are telling, okay, you do I divided by 1000 if this condition is true. You remember the one liner if? It is like similar way. You do this if this condition is true. Else you do this. For what? For each item in my weight grams. Now let's execute. Now you see we got the same thing. That is how we do. See, the output is always a list from list comprehension. Okay, you can have only one if and one else. You can have like and one more condition. Okay, in the else you can have one more condition, but there is no elif you can use inside the list comprehension. And if you are doing multiple things, right, it's not allowed. It's only one thing what you are expecting as output. Let's say under this if you are doing something else. Okay, you are having one more list or one more dictionary, there you are doing some operations, right? You can't achieve in the list comprehension because it can only return you one thing. This is used a lot in real time list comprehension. Okay, and it is important even in the interview perspective.
I just have a confusion. Why they are calling list comprehension? So it is somehow it's all about for loop with the for loop logic,
Yeah,
right?
the backend it runs for loop only. We are
Hmm.
comprehending everything in the single line,
Okay.
single statement.
As a list,
Huh.
something. I mean, why
Instead,
we calling list?
the comprehensive list, that's what we are getting, right? In a single line.
Mm-hmm.
Even I am not pretty sure 100%, right? But
సో
this is
ఈవెన్ అంటే మనం అంతకుముందు ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ కూడా అలా యూజ్ చేసాం కదా, అప్పుడు ఏమన్నాం దాన్ని?
shorthand if. అక్కడ మీకు ఓన్లీ వన్ వేరియబుల్ కదా.
మ్మ్.
ఇక్కడ యువర్ మనం లిస్ట్ వస్తుంది యాజ్ అవుట్పుట్. అక్కడ ఓన్లీ వన్
ఓకే.
వేరియబుల్. అది
ఓకే.
షార్ట్ హ్యాండ్ ఇఫ్ లేదా వన్ లైనర్ ఇఫ్ అంటారు. సో దీన్ని లిస్ట్ కాంప్రహెన్షన్ అంటారు.
లిస్ట్ అంటే ఫర్ లూప్తో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి,
పర్లు
సో దీంతో విత్ ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ కూడా యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
కరెక్ట్. సో సేమ్ వే
ఇవన్నీ కూడా యాక్చువల్గా ఈ నేమింగ్స్ కొంచెం గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవడానికి కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంది.
మీరు
ఈ
యూజ్ చేస్తా
టెర్మినాలజీ.
పోతే అర్థమైపోద్ది. కొన్ని ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ అటెండ్ అయినప్పుడు కొందరు రిపీట్ చేస్తారు ఈ వర్డ్స్ అన్ని. సో అప్పుడు మేబీ ఒక 1 to 3 ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో మేబీ గుర్తురావు, తర్వాత ఆటోమేటిక్గా గుర్తొచ్చేస్తాయి. ఓకే. డిక్షనరీ కాంప్రహెన్షన్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో యూజ్డ్ more in real time. Okay, now the same requirement what we had, right? Now what my requirement is, now this time my output is not a list, my output is a dictionary. So what my output should be is, right, I want to keep my grams as key, my kilograms as output. This is what my requirement. Okay, so since it is a dictionary, I have to put a key then corresponding value, right? So let me comment this for now. This is my expected output. Let me show you the output. Now you see 1200 is the key, that is in grams, 1.2 is the value. That is what my expected output. So how do we achieve this in dictionary comprehension now? 2. How do we define dictionary using curly brace, right? So now dictionary expects two things. List was always one, right? Key, the same way how define key value period, the colon v. So now what is the key? My key is I. What is the value? I divided by 1000. What is I? For I in whatever weight grams. Print, sorry, weight kgs 2. Unsupported operands. Okay, same problem that we have numbers also, sorry, other than numbers also, right? Let me keep this here. Now you see we got the same output from both. In the for loop where we are defining original grams as a key, then kilograms as a value. So this is what same thing we can achieve in dictionary comprehension also. Same line. What do you want? Key and value. With what? For each item in my weight and grams. And same if conditions as is. However we have seen, right? There is no change. So now let me, okay, there is no if, right? For now, there is no else for now. Let's keep only if. If is instance of I is integer. Now even if you have non-integers, it will work as is. See, same thing. Because we are skipping non-integers. Same thing what we are doing here, same thing we are doing in comprehension also. Same thing with the else. If you have else, what we need to do is just after this if else, what we are doing, we are taking length of it for. Let me add this also here. Okay, here I have to change because this is a dictionary. It's not I 1000, it is length of I. Yeah, I failed somewhere. Unhashable type list. Okay, you are able to make out what is the error we are getting here. Unhashable type list. It has failed while creating our list as a key here. You remember in the dictionary class, keys should be immutable. Our list is mutable, right? That is why it is not able to create a dictionary, because you are passing me a list which is mutable. So what I can do, right? I can just convert it to tuple as a key. PLE. But if it is only list, right? If it is not list, then I want to keep as is. Okay, it becomes complicated. Mm, let's make it string and see how the output will become. Here also what we have to do, else, in the else also we forgot to give key. String I is the key, length of I is the value. Why it is giving this error? Expected comma. Why is it expecting comma? Mm, this is how it should be for I in invalid syntax. Where is the problem? Unhashable type list. Looks like I cannot define two different type of keys. One converting to string, another converting to integer. I think that is why it is giving error. So what it does is, when you are having if and else condition, right? The key you can go by only one way. Either you want to go by converting to string or you want to just keep I. That limitation is there in dictionary comprehension. Here we can actually keep here only the item what we are getting. In the else we can convert it to string and then do it. But in the dictionary comprehension, you have to go by only one. If you want to convert to string everything, do it. Since we convert to string, here you see single quotes for all the keys. Okay. In the real time, the else you don't see much. You only see for maximum one if condition. The else part is very rare. Okay, that's on dictionary comprehension. So we will see set, that is the final one. You guys there, no? Hello? Hello? Anybody?
హే హాయ్ సార్ నేను మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అయ్యాను.
ఓకే ఓకే నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది ఏమన్నా
శరత్ ఇప్పుడే రిలీజ్ అయ్యాడు.
యాక్చువల్ డిస్కనెక్ట్
సారీ
అయిపోయిందేమో డౌట్ వచ్చింది నాకు.
ఆహా.
లేదు లేదు
నువ్వు
నేను
వెళ్ళి
ఇందాక
నువ్వు వెళ్ళి
వేరే వాళ్ళు వచ్చారైతే నేను తీసుకున్నాను.
నువ్వు వెళ్ళిన విషయం కూడా శరత్ తెలియదు. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు వచ్చిన తర్వాత చెప్తేనే తెలిసింది.
ఓహో
కరెక్ట్
ఓకే ఓకే
కరెక్ట్.
ఓకే
ఓకే చూసి ఓకే we have seen, right, for using a list also we can do dictionary comprehension, list to list comprehension, so dictionary to dictionary comprehension, so all these combinations are allowed. So now from the let's say something else, some numbers we will take as a list. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. We'll just do list comprehension. Numbers equal to I into
పైన
string.
టైప్ వచ్చింది నంబర్స్ కి.
టైపో కాదు యాక్చువల్గా ఇది స్పెల్లింగ్ మిస్టేక్. Numbers. That's okay. I'm just going with the same name what we have for I.
ఓకే
I'm just printing numbers. Before that, print whatever new words. You see, this was the list we had. Then we squared the number and created a set comprehension. This is also allowed. So that is what comprehension. From list to set, set to dictionary. The rule is simple. what you want to have as output. First thing, if statement, okay, when you want to do this, else what you want to do, in there is a for loop.